Hello everyone, my name is Robert Chen. I'm a student at San Francisco State University and I'm responding to Professor Wesh's presentation on the anthropology of YouTube. And this is for an assignment for my English class. And for those who aren't interested in continuing watching, you can press back, or for those who want to hear what I have to say, I welcome you um, to watching this. Um, just want to go ahead and say that I thought that the presentation was amazing, and it really reinforces the fact that technology continues to change and um, allow us to make our lives a bit easier. And for this assignment, kind of had to break it down into how um, people like McLuhan, Paul Levinson, Forrester, and Neil Postman, how their own beliefs, how would they have responded to this video? And I'd say some of them would be critics. Um, Neil Postman would actually think that would actually question the morality of YouTube. Um, I mean, just to begin, I just want to say YouTube has been a phenomenal website that's allowed people to be connected on a global scale. And from a webcam recorded in my dining room, it could reach millions of people from all different places around the world. And if you think about it, that's power right there. That's power to use this medium and express yourself um, to reach anybody. And to think that before, whoever would have thought of this? Um, Forrester, obviously, with his short story, um, he probably would have predicted this, that we're essentially messaging, web conferencing with one another, um, all because of the internet through a webcam, and it's just amazing how our technology um, has gotten us to where we are today. We have television, but of course now we have YouTube, and people can post videos um, of anything they want. Anybody can do it, and obviously I think Paul Levinson would condone this because the media is now progressing towards the internet, and more people are doing so because it allows everyone to be able to voice their opinion, to have a stronger voice. Um, Paul Levinson obviously was saying how uh, before with television, uh, you had this massive uh, group of consumers, which was us watching the television, and you only had a small bunch of producers who were making the shows or programs that we were watching. And pretty much, if you're a consumer, this is all you had. You couldn't voice your opinion. And now YouTube kind of gives us that power to share what we have to say. And your voice can be heard all around the world. And um, yeah, the presentation just kind of provides a lot of examples that illustrate that with the Numa Numa video, how that guy from New Jersey was able to just record himself dancing, and from what people were watching, they were able to see his emotion and how happy this guy was. And because people were able to see that, it just spread it, and it just spread it exponentially, that everyone either, well, obviously people were watching it because they wanted to see what the deal was about, but then also it was so influential on having other people to make their own versions of it or parodies. So YouTube, it has that power that is very that some people might say could be taken and abused. Um, Obviously now with technology in this digital age, it's become more prevalent in our daily lives. Um, I feel like McLuhan would kind of compare his electrical world that people were living in to now the digital world that we're living in. We're so reliant on the internet, on emailing. We go home after work to go on the computer to stay in touch with uh, people, like emailing. Now you have MySpace, Facebook, etc. And people now have just are so dependent on that oh, I have to go home to check my messages or whatnot. No one who writes postcards, who writes letters. Um, Now we don't have to even travel around because uh, with webcamming now, I could just, um, for example, right now my parents are around the world, so I've been fortunate enough to webcam with them. Um, Now, if I wanted to communicate with them without it, without webcam, I would have to either do telephone or either fly and do some traveling to get to where they are. Um, so it's just been convenient for us. But then I'd like to say that it's because of how our lives as humans has kind of shaped that. Um, like they say, change is constant, and um, our humankind has become more busier and just the way that they do things. We've invented technology that makes it more convenient for us. And I like to go back to Neil Postman because he always thinks about how if is YouTube morally right? Are we do we really need it? Um, like he has a bunch of questions that he asks to see if um, if you answer it yes, then obviously then it's morally right. Uh, I'd say that YouTube could does give access to meaningful information. Um, there was that video with the guy who uh, wrote, in the presentation that went around the world, or not around the world, but put signs up for free hugs, and that just got spreaded around the world that people in South America were copying that, and it just influenced this emotion of happiness, and everyone was able to embrace that, which kind of brought us as a community together. And I think that's what YouTube does. It doesn't allow us to just be spectators, but really participants of this um, online community. Um, we're able to interact with one another without escaping our homes. Um, a lot of critics might say, though, that information, the content posted on YouTube, um, is incredible anymore just because so many people can put anything they want. But at the same, you got to understand though, it's an open forum. People are gonna put whatever stuff they want, and it's really up to you as a viewer to determine if the stuff is right content or not. And if you're a person that says, "Hey, this stuff is baloney," then you have the power to click back and not watch it at all. Um, yeah, this is gonna cut off. I'll continue in a second.